He said Scott's rage bait is so effective it caused the aliens to bomb the solar system. Rob says 2 women. He says 100 men versus 1 alien. I think if anything, if it's not a comet, it's probably gonna be a bomb. That's my theory, chat. Niggas want to be optimistic and say, oh, it's probably just aliens trying to visit our system. Like, no, it's gonna be a fucking bomb because we're fucking around too much, chat. Look, a lot of people say, yo, when human beings started messing around with atomic weapons, that put us on the map. But the thing is that human beings fucking around with atomic weapons, that only affects our planet. If we want to blow ourselves up, who gives a fuck? Think about it this way, chat. If you have a neighbor, right? And your neighbor is playing with fireworks in his room, are you going to care? If your neighbor blows up his house, blows off his arm, are you going to care? Probably not. But if your neighbor has a fucking atomic bomb in his house, you're going to freak out a little bit, right? And to me, it's the same situation. Human beings, if we want to create atomic weapons and we want to fuck up our own planet and we want to go extinct ourselves, that's fine. But us going out and creating artificial intelligence that could fuck up our planet, the planets in our system, the planets in nearby systems, they could spread throughout the galaxy, destroy everything, that's a risk, bro. So I'm thinking it's a fucking bomb. What are the odds? What are the odds that a comet is just going to pass through our fucking solar system? An interstellar comet, by the way. And what are the odds that that interstellar comet is on the same plane as the planets? For those of you guys who don't understand how this shit works, our solar system, all solar systems, all the galaxies are built like a fucking disc. There's an elliptical disc. And all the planets are on the same plane because they all came from the origin of the solar system itself. They're all spinning in the same direction. They're all on the same plane. They all came from the same source. So what are the odds that a comet is going to come from interstellar space and be on the same plane as the planets in our system? That doesn't even make any sense. Anybody who studied the trajectory of comets, you'll realize that comets usually are not on the plane of the rest of the planets. I can show you graphs. Check this out, chat. I can show you graphs. Comet. I butchered that. I can't see the screen. Look. See if I can find one where it shows look. So usually when a comet is coming through the system, it enters the system. Oh, I gotta make it smaller. It enters the system. He says Scott Little. It enters the system perpendicular to the plane of the rest of the planets. So you see how all the planets are flat? All the planets are in the same fucking plane. And then the comet is coming through almost perpendicular. It's coming through at a 45-degree angle and dissecting the solar system. It's going below the plane of planets. So it comes up from above the plane of the planets and goes below the plane. Crosses again and comes back up, right? This comet that's coming in is in the same plane as the rest of the planets in our system. That doesn't make any sense. We're fucked. We're fucked, chat. He says, Scott, not Geo's head ass Leonard. We're fucked, dude. So let me get through the Big E video that we're reacting to right now. And after that, I want to watch a short video about this comet so you guys can see so you guys can understand what I'm trying to explain to you. Because I'm probably not the best explainer.
views, dude. The loss of passion for games or creating content that you know will bring in new views.
We finna blow him to smithereens.
Like the idea of putting together.
He says, Scott, this is too smart for us.
Used to make you happy and get you excited, but now you can't fucking stand it. But I think one of the most unseen costs that we've seen with streamers throughout the years is the relationship cost. Streaming takes so many hours, takes so much.
Let's finish up this Big E video chat, and I'm gonna play a NASA video so you guys can understand what I'm trying to explain. But to me, it was fascinating. It's scary, it's fast, and before we jump over, there's one more thing I wanted to say. Chat. Do you know when this was detected? It says, save your lives. Everybody, the sky is falling. Run, run, run. He says, next we'll cover the table of elements. You know what I found more disturbing than anything, though, Vin? That this comet was detected. Let's see. So first it says the closest. Let me make this bigger so you guys can see it and I can see what it says too. It says the closest it will approach our planet is 1.8 AUs. Astronomical units are AUs. That's the distance between our planet and the sun. So it's about almost 2 times as far away from us as we are from the sun, essentially. The 3-1 Atlas will reach its closest point to the sun around October 30th, 2025, at a distance of 1.4 AU. So that's almost 1.5 distance from our distance from the sun, essentially. Where does it explain when they saw it? Okay. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope captured the image below of interstellar comet 3-1 Atlas on July 21st, 2025, when the comet was 277 million miles from Earth. So this was in July. So they discovered this fucking asteroid in July, chat. And we're in what? July, August, 1 month ago. So we have September, October, November. We have 3 months of preparation, chat, essentially. You know what that tells me? That tells me that if an asteroid or a comet is heading towards our planet, there's a chance that nobody sees it until it's already almost here. Does that not make you scared? What would have happened? What would have happened if this trajectory, when it intercepts our orbit, well, it doesn't intercept our orbit, it intercepts Mars's orbit. But if this line had been more closer to our orbit, what would have happened, chat? How many months of warning would we have? He says, I'm more worried about China than any asteroid. Rob, but when you think about it, they just discovered this asteroid. It's going to be here in 4 months, bro. That tells me that anything could happen to us, bro. A lot of the times we go through life not even thinking about any of this stuff, but in reality, we could get hit by an asteroid and 6 months from now, our whole species, our whole planet could not exist. A year from now, there could be no Earth. That's my point. My point is that we live in such uncertainty, and we are so confident that we know what's going on and that every single day is going to follow the next day. The Earth could be destroyed before GTA 6, chat. Our species could be extinct before GTA 6. Think about that for a second. Niggas are here waiting for GTA 6 to drop. That shit might never drop. Anything can happen. A solar flare could happen and knock out all electronics and technology on the planet. We live in a fucking vacuum, chat. He says, so no more movie theaters, and now you don't go outside. Got it. He says, Scott, is this an excuse for you to not go outside anymore? The truth is, royalty, if let's say worst case scenario, that comet or asteroid or spaceship or whatever it is headed straight towards Earth and hit us, there's no escaping that, bro.